say a doozer, I really do mean a doozerly. So I don't know if y'all heard about this case, but there was a Mississippi black man that police are still silent on that was killed in police custody over 6 months ago. And I swear this article seemed like deja vu, like
I
we just did a
promise you
story
not.
like this. Don't let this happen to be another story with the same theme, man. Jeez Louise, what's going on? We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast. You know what time it is, don't you?
Music TV. Music TV.
All right, and we're back, and this is the Keep It P podcast where we take news situations, everyday occurrences, and indeed we show how one could have and could not have been keeping the P. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think when you find yourself mixed up in an anti-black racist war, propaganda machine being perpetuated by the lamestream media. Then you got the Democrats and the Rethuglicans, both of them. I like saying that. Bipartisan, super saying, always coming together, kumbaya on some happy shit when it's time to target you, but don't know nothing when it's time to charge a hate crime to a black person. I just want y'all to notice that. Anyway, if this is your first time seeing the program, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, and then hit the like. You know what I'm saying? Because that helps with the algorithms.
With the
Gets more people.
alkies now.
Yeah, it gets more people to the stream. Because YouTube, I found, doesn't really push live streams like that. So the more likes,
They ain't pushing nothing now that got black in it now, there, boy.
well, we already know that, but
Unless you say Drake.
unless you say Kanye West. All
Or the
right, y'all.
Kardashians. If you're talking about them Kim Kardashian and Ray J
Mom's
sex
up in
tape.
here. We got Tia holding it in now. KIPP family stand up. I'm gonna put the chat right there. Let's go. So I have not heard about this brother. Unfortunately, rest in peace to him and his soul. 'Cause
R.I.P.
They
Blessings
just,
to his family.
you know what I'm saying? Like they just totally don't care. They got bullet points. It says Damian Cameron, a black man, died in Mississippi police custody in July 2021. State police said that the investigation into Cameron's death is still open, but his family told the insiders they thought the investigation ended 2 months ago. Cameron's mother told the insiders that she has no trust in police officers following her son's death. Let's get into it. Police are remaining silent about the death of a black man in Rankins County, Mississippi, who died in police custody 6 months ago, and his family told the insider that they want answers. Daniel Cameron, 29, died in Rankin County Sheriff's Department custody on July 26, 2021. Cameron's mother told the insiders that the deputies chased him inside their house, tased him twice, knelt on his back for more than 15 minutes while he complained that he could not breathe. So now it's just safe to say it's just a policy that they do. It's like you just
Straight up.
that's just what they was trained
It's
to do.
mandatory that you do that.
Yeah, it says police said at the time that they were called to Cameron's house in Braxton, Mississippi on a report of burglary. Smear.
Always the bluffery.
According to the local reports, but Cameron's mother, Monica Lee, told Insider that he wasn't involved in any burglary. Mississippi Bureau of Investigations investigated all deaths in police custody in the state. A spokesman for the MBI told the Insider on January 19th that the investigation into Cameron's death was still an open and ongoing case. But according to Lee, the MBI told her it turned the case over to the Rankin County District's Attorney's Office for review over 2 months ago. So now they playing hot potato with my man's case.
Right. Let's keep it real.
Rankin County Sheriff's Department and the District's Attorney's Office did not respond to insider requests for comments about the status of the investigation. Cameron's death came 2 weeks after Mississippi Department of Public Safety Commissioner Sean Tyndale told the Sun Herald that the MBI would be more open with the public about its investigations, just not when it comes to black people.
Right.
Cameron's family said the police used excessive force. Duh. According to Lee, her son went to her neighbor's house on the morning of July 26th to ask if the man if he had any work that he could do. The neighbor wasn't home, but the man's young child invited him inside. When the neighbor returned home to find Cameron in the house, he called Lee to the home. Lee told the insiders that she talked to the man, though the issue was resolved. She returned home with her son, but the man called her back an hour later, claiming that Cameron had vandalized his house and that he called the police. Nah, that sounds like you trying to get the black neighbors kicked out,
That's what it
and
sounds
then
like.
you was looking for any excuse to do so. Let me call the police to get my black neighbor killed.
Straight up.
According to Lee, the man says he didn't want to press charges against Karen, but wanted the police to talk to him and let him know he's not supposed to be in my house. That alone just
What?
confirmed what I just said. What you thought the police were going to talk to a black man about?
And it wasn't like he was in there without permission.
Right.
They try to say young kid. If the kid's so young, what they opening up the door for?
Door for it, right. Then that means the kid should be liable, but oh no. Sounds like a PC kid. Sounds like a PC person using the law. Because when no black person had tried to call the police, they would have dealt with it right then. They would have socked him up or kept it moving.
Right.
Lee said he went to the burglar's house to the neighbor's house to see the purported damage after he called the police, but he never made it inside because the deputy arrived and asked where her son was. Lee told him the deputies that he was going to the house to get him. The officers was right on his heels. As soon as he opened the door, he came through the whole house without a search warrant, anything, Lee said. He went in every bedroom and busted the door open on my dad. After, damn. So,
Dang.
I'm saying, like, the disrespect. After
Wow.
after the unsuccessful searching of the house, the deputies went back into the car to make a phone call while Lee walked her to the car where she found Cameron crouched beside the vehicle, she said. He said, "Mama, I didn't do anything." I said, "Well, to just come out," uh, Lee, Lee said to her
Now, why
son.
you tell him to come out?
Initially, Lee initially told the deputies searching for Cameron that he would likely run if the deputies found him because he's paranoid and had been tased by officers before. The court records show that Cameron had been charged with a failure to obey an officer and assault on policemen in June 2020, but was never convicted. So then y'all shouldn't have put that up there because that's another smear.
See what I'm saying? That's how
You
they
should have
do.
just
You
said, yeah, he's
run your
had
name.
encounters with the
Now
law
that
before.
comes
We're
up
gonna say
there
that.
for what?
Yeah. It said when Cameron walked around the car, the deputy saw him. Cameron took off running towards the house, said Lee said, but the deputies caught up with him. After speaking briefly with the deputy, Cameron ran towards the house, again reached for the back door. And this time it was the first time he got tased, Lee said. Lee said Cameron fell on his side with his body laying on the steps that led to the house. He pulled the taser prongs out and ran inside the home. Cameron ran into the living room where the deputies tased him a second time, and then he pulled his gun out, pulled the prongs out before running to the bedroom, Lee said. In the bedroom, the deputies began struggling with Cameron and tackling him in place. This clearly sounds like a man scared for his life.
Clearly. I smell fish sticks, like
They
Fab
don't
said.
they don't know how to de-escalate nothing or nothing like that. Like, yeah, this is Pacific Sake sticks.
I
Straight.
promise you.
At the time, I seen my son's left side of his face begin to swell and the left eye began to pop out of his head because there was too much pressure in his head, he said. According to Lee, the deputy who tackled Cameron knelt on his back for a good 15, 20 minutes while they waited for a second deputy. When the second deputy arrived, he ran into the room and fell with his knee on the Cameron's neck and knelt on it the whole time, placing him in handcuffs. Um, my son began saying he couldn't breathe. He couldn't breathe, Lee said. Lee said that Cameron continued to complain that he couldn't breathe, and when the officers led him out of the house in handcuffs, he fell to the ground next to the police car. After waiting inside of the house for a few minutes, Lee said her mother turned to her and said Cameron was going to be either dead or halfway dead by the time they get him to wherever he's going. So why don't y'all get in the car and follow him? Do something.
You
I
the
don't
one
like
that told him to come out, and they didn't even see where he was at, and you like, just come out.
So she said she declined to go outside to tell her son goodbye and I love her. So she decided to go outside to tell him goodbye and I love her. That's not what you do. That don't seem like the appropriate response, but anyway.
So we still got the Emmett Till going on. You run in, snatch fam out the crib to go lynch him, to go put him on the railroad tracks, cuz that's what we doing, to beat his head to a pulp, cuz with his eye popping out his socket, Emmett Till style, fam. That's what we doing.
Oh, so according to Lee, the deputy asked her if Cameron had any medical issues, and when she said that he did not, the deputy responded, "Fuck." The officer that was there, he said he was standing outside crying, saying, "Why me? Why me?" Lee said. Lee said she asked the deputy if he could give Cameron water, and he said no. According to Lee, the deputies who arrested Cameron were not wearing body cameras. The RCDS has not released the names of the deputies involved or said if they were suspended after the incident, but Lee said the family has seen some of them working since the encounter. Police waited an hour to call the ambulance, family said. Damn. They got a gruesome ass picture.
How come y'all didn't call the ambulance?
This is what they did to Cuz, man, which is kind
The
of
ambulance? Why y'all didn't start dumping that, cuz?
yeah. This is hold on. This is what they did to the boy, man, and I'm sick of these kind of scenes. Real talk, though. Like you know, it's just
And why y'all
damn
wasn't
another.
at least
Look at this,
videotaping
man.
or
Look at
nothing?
this. All of that,
Oh,
fam. Look at that, fam. All of that. I'm putting it up there, man, because I want people to get mad, man. I want y'all to actually see, like, better know, damn it. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, and this could be you at any day and
straight
any time.
up.
It goes on to say Simpson's general did not immediately return the insider's request for UNC declined a comment. It says that the Rankin County coroner told Insider that Cameron's autopsy report had been sent to the state medical examiner, who did not immediately return Insider's calls. It says, according to the doctors at Simpson General told her that the police gave them 50 different stories and none of them added up to the injuries that my son had. Lee said that the doctors at USC told her that Cameron went into cardiac arrest 4 times and his cause of death was cardiac arrest and blood force trauma to the head. Hmm.
That's not homicide.
That's homicide. It says he said condolences to the family. The video, a video meeting shows Bailey read from a written statement that the sheriff's office passed its sincerest condolence to the family, which is some bullshit. We strongly believe that this investigation will return, uh, confirming that the deputies perform their jobs lawfully in accordance with the policies. No, it's not. That's what Bailey said. Bailey, I guess, is some sort of kind of police representative. That shit's fucked up, dog. I don't like that shit at all, man.
You at least gotta make the call though, so there's a record of the call, or you tape recording you making the call.
Yeah, they will block EMS assistance. Um, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I don't. I mean, the sad thing is that they keep putting these stories out for us to learn what they want us to learn. You know, fear. You know, hopelessness and that kind of thing. Which it ain't gonna work. I would hope that this would light a fire in people's asses to go harder out here in these streets. That's why we need that pound intel. That hashtag intel.
B1 Intel.
Because see, we would know who these officers was, and they could be held accountable by some street justice. It is what it is, man. Listen, we going over to Patreon right now, y'all, as we speak. And True Inspector Von Savage. We finna go over Patreon right now. We got master mix of 3 stories. We're gonna be talking about it's in the title. Oh, we're gonna be talking about Trevor Noah and Joe Rogan. We're gonna be talking about this little bussy dude that showed up in a skirt at some club, and now they talking about some discrimination.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, some little bussy dude, and he black too. So I'm just sick of the agenda. Like, it seems like anytime they want to talk about black or disease or AIDS or HIV, Victari, it's always black people involved somewhere.
Right.
Sick of that shit. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being on code. We are going to hop on over to Patreon right now. The link is in the description. It only costs you $5 to get started. And I'd love to see you over there because we're about to go in.
Month there.
Look, I was trying to hold my curses back until I got over there because I got some filth, flarn filth to say. Shout out to Bill Cosby. Anyway, 4 words: love, peace, blessings, and aloha. And I had the mic turned around the whole time. Why didn't y'all tell me I was sounding all muffled and funny? Anyway, take these young commercials, and we'll be right back. On the matter of fact, we just play the commercials. Y'all already know, make anti-black racism public health concern. We out of here.
Music TV.
Everybody know you get the money from that ride before you went upstate. I told you motherfucker I got your money yet, man. What the fuck you mean you ain't got the money yet? Fuck you think you is, man? Motherfucking Ron O'Neal or something? What you gonna do? I'm supposed to be scared now because you got a pistol, motherfucker.
I got it.
Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I slay with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look, see, I don't play with this shit. You don't
Kyrie with the give and go. I get it cheap for the low. More snow than the Eskimo big birdies. Taking flight, change your life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like midnight. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got
keeping hula hooping through loopholes, working round shit. You can count lava down, but you can't count them out, baby. Life give me lemons, I make lemon rain. I gotta go, gotta hustle to get it. If you ain't talking business, little shawty, you
Hey, Ray Ray.
hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the Putin. I know that might sound a little confusing. I had to say it for my own amusement. What I'm trying to say is, can we go cruising? Top down, blow some good gas, and listen.
Rushing cream leaves, Keith, oil, premium bud. Man, I hustle in the street, but I'm a freak with the love.
Bring that ass over, tryna bring it back. I'm a big dog, tryna bring it back. I'ma slide in the way to bring it back. Let a nigga.
All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it. All I wanna do is see you get down. All I wanna do is see you move it.
Music TV.